Good morning, everyone. Excuse me. All right. Oops. We're going to finish debit G. We're very close to done. That is the plan for this morning. We should be done before lunch. Hopefully. All right. So, where do we leave off? We were finishing up the gesture expressions. So, now we're also going to fix the fluff here. First, let's just delete all the shape keys. Separate this. Now, basically, what I want to do is just delete the ear influence on these. Still got a little bit. Hello, Arctic. Good morning. Huh. That's really the only groups that are showing. Oh, it's because it's the only groups that exist still. The other ones I deleted. There we go. Let's make sure it still moves. But good morning, Arctic. How's your day going? Or your morning? There's one down, cheek fluff. And we're going to make a breathing toggle. So to do that, we're going to create a collection to contain a deformer. The deformer we're going to use is an empty axis. I'm just going to put that right in the middle there. And we'll call this hook underscore breathing. Go to frame 0 and save that position. Maybe a little bit closer, right there. All right, then we're going to go to our body. Go here and create a deformer hook. Going right, working on some flukes, so busy cursing at curves not behaving. We'll get. Curves definitely are one of those things that just, they could be better. They could be better. I feel like the Bezier curve needs one more handle for the tilt direction. Like you have the ability to rotate it. They need a tilt, a third handle for the tilt. We're going to use this object, and we're going to use a vertex group that we'll make right now. And we'll, oh. What? It would be important to make the full vertex group. That'd be good. Excuse me. Oh my god. I've been super sneezy all morning. Okay, now back to the hook mod. Then we'll go to frame 2. Actually, you know what? Frame 1 is where we should save it. Frame 0 is where we should reset the hook mod when we need to. Cool. And we can turn it off there. And then now we have our deformer collection, which we can pull out and hide. But that should allow us to save collection. Also, Soul Reaver Remaster Hype is real. I loved those character designs. I always thought they were super cool. I do miss I wouldn't say that it's like gone, but there is like some certain styles that have just kind of gone away over the years. It's good to see them kind of at least getting revisited. Still get chills from the opening music. So I'm going to take how to transfer the breathing vertex group the best. I think we just select clothing, then the body, save, and go to object, transfer, mesh data, vertex group, active by name, and to nearest face interpolated. See how that goes. Then we'll copy this to selected. I can't copy this to selected. Interesting. Oh, I guess I have to do it one at a time. It's a little annoying. All right. So now they're all moving in tandem. No, I don't need it on the pants. And we'll change this to morph breathing. Copy that. Put it onto the shirt, and that way when we save it as a shape key, gotcha. Good stuff. So now we've got this set up to breathe, to move. So we just want to save it as a shape key. Okay. Now on the body, I've already deleted all the shape keys. So what we want to do now is work on the face rigging a little bit because we want to update the expressions. Those did not come out the best. Pretty good. Pretty good. But we can do better. And I'm thinking moving forward, I will actually no longer use my expressions here. And instead, I will create micro facial movements and then use VRChat to make the expressions. We'll see. Yeah, probably because it would be better to have like a palette of micro facial motions. Because then you can create even more expressions from them. But not today. In the future. All right, 260 is Angie. Okay, that looks good. And then 270 is happy, which looks pretty good already. 280 is sad. A little bit more extreme. Little gap there on the sides. All right, 290 is confusion. Be good. 300 is shock. We really just need to reset these. If the eyes could open up more. .310 is blush, which is usually like a flirty expression. That looks pretty good. 320, tongue out. .330 is blep, the best one. Okay. Those should be all the expressions. And we don't really need to update too much on Blender to make that work, but we do want to go ahead and bake these. 2.1 million tries of my sculpt so far. Let's go. Regarding how to add all the fancy ridges to hair strands, can't seem to add handles to any of the curved circles. So you probably have a different type of curve. So if I make a Bezier curve, you can actually convert that curve with the curve set spline type. So Bezier has the handles. Poly does not have handles. I don't think NURBS does either. Only Bezier has those handles. And then if you want ridges, it's the geometry object. So you just make you give it another curve in the bevel object settings. And so if I have a circle curve, I can sample that circle. And now I'm using that. And how to set the radius, the hotkey, but and yeah, that's nice because that way you can change the shape of it dynamically. I have my hair circle, but I wanted more hair-like texture, like what you did with the Minotaur, if I remember correctly. For these ones, the ones I'm doing here, I just kind of make a little lemon drop shape. That's how I think of it. So I just take my circle, subdivide it, to select, check or deselect, and just scale these ones in. And we can kind of scale the whole thing. We get this kind of like ridge like this, which I like. Can't remember exactly what the Minotaur's hair looks like, so but that's how I'd get those. Just can't get it with just 4 handles. Interesting. Well, with the oh, gotcha. So that is just in the curve, or somewhere in here. Segments, subdivide. Segments, subdivide. Let's take the selection eyes. Go here. We don't really need this right now, but we'll add it anyway. Ooh, actually, JK, we already have it, so then why is it yelling at me? Yeah! Woo! Alright, that should work. Go to frame 1. We'll delete all of our shape keys after selecting basis. Oops. Well, I guess apply actually doesn't do anything if we just have basis selected, but still worrisome. Okay, now run it again. Okay. We want to check that the morph breathing is working correctly. And it is. Beautiful. All right, so that should be it for that. We can go ahead and export now. Working on my to-do list over there. A few more things to finish up. A few more things. That happened because the morph is still on here. So boom, boom, and try that again. It's the render icon on the modifier that still made it apply. There we go. Shirt's still clipping. It's not clipping here, but it's clipping here. Why would that be? Why would that be? Is there a displace on? Well, I do have displace on there. Oh, funny. Okay. Won't think too much about that right now. Dang, looking super fresh, super good. Really loving how the character's coming together. All right, so the breathing we'd like to set up. So we're going to go to VRC Fury, toggles. Toggles will actually put above gestures. So we're going to create a way to turn off the gestures. But we will also create a new toggle called body flash. And this will be a default on. We'll add a blend shape, and that will be breathing. And we will loop. Or is it breathing its own thing? Loop. Set return. Smooth loop. There we go. So remove that. Smooth loop is what we want. State A, blend shape, more breathing will be 0. And then we'll do another blend shape, which will be the same one. Cool, so now that will happen. Good stuff. So breathing has been set up. Cross that off. Now, we'd like to do a little bit more adjustments on the body itself. Mainly, we just want to close up some of these little gaps here. So I'm going to select the hair and separate it. Make sure we're on basis. I'm just going to move some of this stuff around. I'm going to close up these little gaps here. Okay, well, I guess we have to work with the geometry that's actually mirrored. I'm just so excited that my hair curves are working now. I've got butterflies in my belly. Hey, those look great. Wow, dang. Crispy. Crispy. The cool thing about these curves is it's really easy to make the low poly version because you can just duplicate the curve and put on a different profile and you're good to go for making your low poly version. That looks really good. That looks really good. I love because your character has like a wood grain texture and that hair really works super well with it. Or like I think it's like a wood grain, right? Pretty sure it's a wood grain. All right, that should fill in pretty much all the gaps on the hair. One down. Yeah, the average is going to have all the normals. There's a little gap on the hoodie. Actually, let's make sure the hair is recombined. Again, then the hoodie here. What we'll do is actually move the shirt up a little ways. So we close that gap. Excuse me. The limbs and horns are wood, base is bone, and then a scruffy mane around the head and over the back. Nice. Okay, for our hoodie, we're gonna make a second UV map. Turn off live unwrap. And then we'll select this section here to here, I suppose. That. Okay. So we have the UV map now, we've adjusted the clothing. Now we want to double check that the clipping is as mitigated as possible. So this is actually how I fix clipping nowadays. I just put the character in the position, go into the rig mode, make sure I have these checked, and then we can start editing. Let's actually add some cuts there. That'd be a good start. And then what we'll do is we'll just kind of move stuff around. Hop around. Hop around. We will do a little bit more to try to fix this, such as a blend shape for the legs. Squish the legs in when the pants are on. That'll be quite good. But this will also help. Do what we can to make it work. Default. The default stuff. These are some pretty extreme angles. But it'll work. We will fix the shirt first. We could really adjust some of the weight painting there. Before we do any adjustment, let's go into weight paint, and we're just gonna say smooth, deform post bones twice. So that's a pretty extreme blend there. Oh, I'm not even adjusting any of the pose bones. Okay, that's fine. Now we'll actually go in and adjust the mesh itself. Okay. Okie dokie. And this is not really a pose you're gonna see very often, but cool. Now the hoodie. The hoodie, we're gonna sculpt. And I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Well, we have other ways of working on it. The fuck? Something that was a bug. That was definitely a bug right there that we just encountered. I would like to see the shirt. What is going on? I wasn't working on one of the shape keys though. Why did it really want to pretend like it was in a shape key pose? Concerning. All right, well. That should alleviate a lot of the clipping, but we still have more to do. So now what we're going to do is create two deform groups, or displace groups. We'll call this one morph, or actually we'll call it clip. Pants, and we'll create a vertex group called clip underscore pants. I will copy. And we can apply it here. And we'll use our weight paint to adjust it. And this one will actually be a negative. I guess we can just push the mid-level down. That should work. Uh, yeah, there we go. An odd look. Very, very much goat form now. Next time I might use a shrink wrap modifier actually, because that way I could ensure that they're all in the same spot. Or do I just use the UV discard? Maybe discard's so much cleaner. Yeah, I'm gonna use UV discard. Sorry. Yep. Pants. Changed my mind. All right. So what we'll do is black. All right. So we'll take this section and we're going to move it up one. And it's on its own little island. Beautiful. Then I'm actually going to hide this section. It'll make the next selection a lot easier, which is the torso. Oh, that felt good. We'll move that up to 2. But then for the shirt, we'll want to deselect another portion. This. Did I move the tail? Okay, well, that'll be easy to fix later. This should be what needs to move. It's actually a little chunk here that okay. Ignoring the tail for now. So this is what should hide when the shirt's on. This little chunk here, apparently. Put the pants, but not the other sections. Okay. Think about that. Okay. This should work. So now we have the clip shapes for shorts, pants, hoodie. And we have the UV map ready for the Gorillaz album cover. And there's so many fan art, so many fan art drawings of this cover. It's kind of hard to find the original. There we go. Okay. So we exported this to here, and we messed up because why? Where'd my hoodie go? Turned off the armature and the triangulate. Okay, save. Hoodie's back, but now our toggle's broken for the hoodie. So put that back on. Beautiful. And now what we want is first we'll do the decal on the shirt, because that's a little more fun. Got a material here, material for the clothing. And the clothing, we can add a decal. We actually need to adjust our substance painter texture. So now we don't have any channels. We want to add a user 0, but we use the first 4. So we use user 4 as a decal. Excuse me. On the base, user 4 will be dark. And on the way up top, I guess up top, we'll add a template flat right here called decal A or R user for switch to that view. Now we just want to paint that. Now we can use, no need, no, we do need symmetry. Symmetry. Right about here. Shouldn't need much more than that. Save. Clothing. Did it not? Did it not export? Ah, I'm using what version? What this version? Which means we will have to swap this here. I saw that little parenthesis there. I don't even need the thickness anymore. Go back. Edit. Do it later. Delete clothing. Awesome. But now we have our decal masks there. And we can turn on our decal, set it to UV1. Then we're going to hunt down our texture. I'm going to use Krita for this. One second, y'all. I'm getting a call. All right, I'm back. So we're going to go to Deba. I was going to say Diggy, but we're going to Deba. And I'd like to go to, I guess we'll make a new folder, assets. Drag this in. Then we'll drag this in here. Make a new layer, and we're going to save this. And Krita. We'll call this Gorillas. Deba G. Decal. Gorillas. I like to save this as a Krita file. Krita document. Okay. Now what we're going to do is select here. Delete it. So we're left with this. It's a pretty crunchy selection. Why don't I just duplicate it? No, I don't even think it has the text, so delete that one more time. W to select. So, about there. It's snapping. Oh my god. All right, then we'll add a layer style, stroke. We're going to do that. And then decal, go and explore, grab this path. Can't we do a side-by-side comparison of my original Druid Abbey and this one? It's done. I'm excited to see as well. Here to making some kick-ass changes. Kick-ass changes. I'm going to go to PNG. Gonna go right here. PNG. Okay. Clothing. What's insane is how much faster Krita saves a PNG compared to Photoshop. Photoshop has some of the slowest saving I've ever seen. What do I think? A little too big? Maybe a little bit smaller. Something like right there. Maybe a little bit faded too. All right, that looks good. Gorillas decal added. Excuse me. Almost there. We're very, very close to finished. So now what we'd like to do is create some animations. For Deba G, flip, or UV discard, body. Yeah. Now we haven't even created a test animator yet. It's actually kind of nice. Drop that here. Grab here. Board. Actually, we need to go to the body. UVs. UV discard. Do a bit of that and lock it in. Okay. So now we can go to our animation, select the body, hit record, and we would just like to save all of these and then tweak them. So this one is body pants. And it's a row, then column. One would be the pants. Then we'll have the shirt, which would be row 3. And then we'll have the hoodie, which will be 2 rows, except that now. All right, so now we go to the toggles, and we're going to add an animation clip. When the hoodie's on, we're going to use this. When Don't worry about that. When the shirt is on, use this. And when the pants are on, use this one. Okay. Now we can hit play. Let's stop real quick. It usually needs a little bit of tweaking to get correct. So, clothing, we can turn on the shirt, turn on the hoodie, turn off the pants, turn off the hoodie. Okay, all of those toggles seem to be working just fine. Clearly the shirt is getting turned off when the hoodie's on, which is good. And it is discarding the body. Very good stuff. All right, I don't see any major issues with that. The body looks quite good. Cool. So clipping looks pretty much solved. Beautiful. Okay, now we have one more little feature to add, which we'll still need to use for the body. We actually need to unlock this. Go down to mission. You know what, let's play around with this a little bit, because we actually have some fun, cool options here. Maybe I'll do this. Oh, can I adjust it while on play mode? Not really. And then I suppose an eye glow. Slider. Okay, so it's funny, there's no real reason to use the emission map, as far as I can tell. You're better off just using it as a mask. How do I do that? There's a way to make it so that I can see stuff as it happens. Let's see, are we doing anything? Okay, that's one. I guess we'll want to add all of these. And then on our decal for the eye, we want to add this one as well. So you can use a video texture. Hello, Neffy, welcome. Okay, so let's lock these. Then what I'd like to do is see if we can create a toggle without using the animation clip. Kind of a pain. Do it. But we'd like to adjust a material property on the body. That property will be the, there's quite a few. Decal. Oh my god. But some of this is the hair though. Wait. Emission. Video emission, decal, emission strength. You're animating these properties on materials using materials don't have. Yes, they do. That's a lie. Value 4, and we'll say a body eye emission. And we'll make this a slider. Default 0. Play. Might want to record it yourself for that. Well, VRC Fury always always says that, but then it does work. So I don't know exactly what VRC Fury is kind of missing, but I have yet to have any trouble using these properties except when it comes to UV discard. Then it's really difficult. All right. By expression. Cool. Now we got the slider. And we're going to go back. And we'll do highlight box. I've had it in the past. Right now I'm just using my own custom. Well, they're not my environments. I just stole them from Blender. And I have a few different environments that I'm using. Then we need to blend the cheek fluff. I like to get these normals smoother. Yeah, that should be pretty easy to do, actually. It's already the same color. All right. Then that. For the toggles, we're going to add a few more. We have the body eye emission. We're going to do We're going to make our own toggle for the horn. So it'll be body slash horn slash emission strength. And we'll add material property, body. We use the body emission strength. Mission add. These are the decals. Mission color. Strength. There we go. Right here, this one. And we'll set it to 2. So use VRC Fury. Does it generate the FX layer on upload, or is it editing as you go? So on upload. So I'm trying to move everything into VRC Fury, and I don't even use any of these layers that much anymore, unless I need something really specific. But yeah, VRC Fury is great because it's very non-destructive. I don't have to worry about breaking things as much, and I can swap things between avatars a lot easier. It takes a little bit of getting used to, and you still get stuff like this where it's throwing this error, even though it works. So, but overall, pretty cool. We're going to copy this and paste the component. Actually, no, we're going to add one thing, a slider wheel. And then copy again and paste as new. On this very bottom one, which is the one we just made, we're going to do mission hue. And we're going to swap this for body hue emission. Sorry, excuse me. This one. And I believe it's just a 0 to 1 value. Okay. And then one more, which is the emission saturation. Body emission saturation. Let's double check that material. Body emission saturation goes from 0 to 10. Q shift is 0 to 1. Actually goes from negative. That'll be interesting. Will it be affected by that negative value? Sure, it looks good enough to be in a car commercial. Thank you, No Name. I appreciate that. Do you keep optimization in mind when kit bashing / making AVIs? So all my AVIs I make from scratch. And yes, optimization, because these are client commissions that I'm working on, I really do try to hit, usually I'm aiming for medium. That's my goal. But for this avatar here, we're at 63,464. So doing pretty good, pretty good. You could always make more, you could always optimize more, but I prefer medium as kind of the target. It just makes it a little simpler. Oh, sorry. And then, okay, so we just got that set up. From scratch is impressive. Thank you. Thank you. I really enjoy this work. It's super fun. This avatar has taken about 3 weeks so far, and I do other avatars while working on them, or I juggle multiple avatars, but we should be done with him today, or at least get him to the client, getting him test. Even the base and head are your creation. Correct. Correct. Yeah, I've sculpted them from scratch completely. I can show off some of that. I just finished the face rigging, so I'll show off that a little bit. Yeah, we just finished up the mouth. Look pretty good. All the biseams. We got some expressions in here. Ah, that should. Oh, that's just the wrong one. It's like should be showing the teeth. There we go. Happy. Ooh, a little bit of gap right there. Eyelash gap. Thank you, Neffy. I appreciate that. What we will be doing after getting the horn set up is we're going to have the eyes kind of scale and move with the expressions, because that always gives a character such a nice feeling. Okay, but the horn is what we will do next. The horn, that should work, but the saturation goes from a 0 to 10 value. Okay, this should work. So let's try now. Be able to do some very fun body. I might make the horn rather than have the horn be in the oh, just the eye emission. Oh wait, all right, we got the eye emission slider working. Cool. I meant to click this one. Emission strength we can turn up. I think that's changing it. Emission hue is definitely changing it. And saturation. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Blood red. Do exclusively make furries? No. I really enjoy doing a variety of styles, but most of my commissions are from furries. So a lot of my work reflects that. Okay, cheek fluff. That looks pretty good. I like the eye glow. I like the horn slider. I'm just checking off I have my little checklist that I'm working on over here. Getting stuff crossed off. But yeah, if you are up for it, I can send you my portfolio. Right down there. It's kind of outdated. I have a lot more recent work. I have like 20 avatars I can add to my portfolio. Actually, let me just show off my more recent ones as I can. So we've got this here. I wish I could zoom in a little bit more, but these are some of my more recent ones. I usually make little nice thumbnails for them. This guy came out really cool. This guy. So a lot of different styles. Most of them are furries, though. We did this guy, which is like a Space Marine man. Did that guy a while ago. And then we have this. This guy I was pretty proud of because he looks very close to his reference. Kind of a different anime face. Super close. Oh, this one's fun. My Jin. Shout out to Zoom if you're out there. Anyway, oh, and then well, I guess there's some robot ones too, but I'll leave it there. A lot more fun ones to go through. So for the eyes, we're getting a very slight gap right here. How can I fix that? Can I just... We're gonna have to delete all our shape keys. Then take the eyelashes. Yeah, we're gonna have to redo the eyelashes. Pop those off. Delete this half. And then we're going to delete all our vertex groups. And then use our robust weight transfer. I take that back. I need to extract just the body, duplicate, separate, and we're going to send the duplicate into the main scene, and we'll call this body data. And this is what we'll sample from instead, because I don't want the hair to affect it. Well, Lauren looks really good. Been trying to draw more feminine thin bodies right now, but I keep drawing healthy masculine bodies. Why? Why is thin so hard? Thanks. Always get grayscale, min light, and max light sliders and everything, so that you can adjust lighting perfectly in every world you join. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Oh, sorry everyone. I am getting a phone call really quick. Just one moment. All right, I'm back. I'll have to take a little break in just a moment. Send some messages. Oh, I should not have merged them just yet. Okay. So for the eyelashes, there is still just a little gap on the eyes. And the question is, how are we going to get rid of it? Because I don't like when the eye closes a little bit. We can see this gap. I don't want that. So let's take this, Control I, hide. What I think we'll do is we're actually going to push the eye into the eyelash, like so, and just ensure that there is actually no gap there. Perspective female proportions YouTube tutorials are handy. Would recommend. A lot of times, so for Lorian, first of all, the client does have good reference, and a lot of times I'm really basically just drawing and modeling directly on top of the reference image, especially if there's like a very specific style. Like I think reference and drawing out the design, like giving yourself a really solid blueprint, is usually the best way to go. A lot of time spent in 3D where you're trying to find the right shape or trying to find the right topology and stuff, that is actually really, really hard. It's a little bit easier if you just break it down to like, what would it exactly look like from the front view? What would it exactly look like from the side view? And then try to match that in 3D. But because like when you're like spinning around and like trying to find the right proportions, it is quite difficult to do in the viewport. Extra hard mode. Drawing can simplify a lot of those issues. I still get a little bit of a gap. Just a little bit. All right, beautiful. That gets rid of that gap. Get a nice closed eye. The one thing we're going to change, though, is taking our little points here, and we're going to copy the vertex values right here, and this will keep them from deforming too much. So, for example, if I move the eye down, you can see how this eyelash stretches. We don't really like that. What we'd prefer is that this stay a nice little spike. So if we copy this, it'll stay the original shape. Okay. So now, what we'll do is delete this half again, slap on a mirror mod, apply the mirror, and then combine back here. And we'll make a to the hidden collection. Okay. So that should be everything. Just in case, I'm going to take my hidden object, this one here, and I'm going to make sure it's not rigged. I don't want to accidentally export that. Okay. Now on frame 1, we can go back to my face rigging setup and recreate the shape keys. That should get rid of the gap. Beautiful. If y'all haven't used the robust weight transfer add-on, it is so good. It has saved me an unbelievable amount of time. Definitely recommend it. All right, next we're going to blend these in. I don't really need to blend that back one. But what we'll do is make a data transfer. And we're going to sample body, face corner data, custom normals, nearest face interpolated. And turn off the outline. Now we can see it blends in super smooth, beautiful, but we don't want that to be so good. And what we'll do is create another vertex group called data transfer. Assign that back to here. Flip it. Okay, so now we still get the spikes, but it blends where it touches. We'll need one cut here that we can then okay, that looks pretty good. Now apply the data transfer and recombine. Gorgeous. This won't fix everything because we still have to adjust our texture. But now we can do AutoRig Pro and send it back into Unity. I should have checked the breathing shape key just in case. Hello, Popstar. Welcome. How's your day going? Perfect. Yeah. Wow, those normals are intense because of the anisotropic. Way too strong. So let's save that. We're going to go to Substance and update them textures. Okay. So that is the hair that needs to be adjusted. And it's one of these. Actually, it's these ones right there. Make sure you all the ones facing inward. Just on my way to the doctor for a checkup and then back home after I eat. Well, I hope the checkup goes well. Sure. Kicking butt. The gradient shadow. What I want instead is my own gradient, but just for user 0, I believe. User 0 and user 8. Which for both of these, we would want to remove. So yeah, that. So now we can add our gradient here. And we just have to find those because kind of a pain, but little tiny one. There. And there. There's one. They're pretty much guaranteed to be these smaller ones then. But this is the other one right there. Yes, it is. Okay. Then we'll add a levels. And I do want to push up darkness. Right about there. Save. Export textures. So still quite different. We're still getting very, very strong glossiness. So what we'll need as well is the color of character. Oh, where'd my reference go? There we go. So I have our reference. I believe we're sampling this one. this color. And roughness 1. Oh, and then no. Much closer. Still a little off. Still a little off. So this, the difference we're seeing still must be from the normal map on the hair. Let's double check that. So if we go to the hair and we take the normal map and we set it to 0, still not perfect. Okay. Which means that doesn't look super great either. But it does look better. It does blend better than it did before. This is a super solid color there. Can I see just albedo? It doesn't help. It looks a little lighter, just a little bit lighter. So what if we just turn it down? We'll go here. I don't really like getting stuck in a guessing loop. Like, oh, is this the right? Is that right? That's right. Let me just adjust the sliders ad nauseum. It's a little annoying. So, yep. We should ensure that we are actually using our imported normals too. Let's go to our FBX. Here, we'll go to model. Legacy blend shapes we're using, but tangents. No, tangents are fine. All right, I think that's probably as close as we'll be able to get it. So we'll save it there. Okay, super close. Now what we'd like to do is create an animation to control the shape of the eye. So we'll create this in the expressions layer. We have a GI expression. We'll do a neutral. Save that. And we once again. Well, you know what? I actually don't need to do this. Because once again, I can do it through my toggle. I think I'd rather have it as an animation clip, just in case I lose it. GI expression, neutral. Just in case. All right, save that. Back to the body material, unlock it. go to our decal, and what we want to ensure is that we can adjust the tiling. So as an example, that's not what I want. Is that it? I swear that's how I was doing it last. Oh, scale right here. Okay. So scale here. And we're getting something like that. We want tiled. We want to adjust this. Wrap mode. Lamp. Off this transparency. What was it? I know I can fix it. Mirrored UV. Oh. All right, so we checked tiled, but we just have to make sure that this is not tiled. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, so scale. Scale is what we want. We can lock it in. Very cool. And then we can actually do I adjust this one too? Only if it's an issue. All right. So back to expression neutral. We'll drop this into the test animator. Hit record, select the body, go to the material, decal 0, scale, paste, 1. Record, preview. All right, beautiful stuff. Hello, Kai. Welcome. I don't think I've actually set up the expressions yet. No, I have right here. I'm going to copy this component. Go to here and paste component as new. And here, got our blink controller. I will copy this component. And I'll paste that toggles. And we can delete this one. All right, all of our gestures are here. We have the hand gestures, and then we have the actual expressions. What's up today? Haven't been around. We're working on this goat here, goat rabbit, a boat. And we're in the final stretch. We're actually just putting some final details onto the character, and then we'll be moving on. Gotta make some clips. So angry, it's the first one. And we'll do animation clip, angry. It's actually keep this here for a moment. Angry. Happy. Sad. Confusion. Shock. Nice go, boy. That's good. That's almost done. Yeah, we're in the final stretch. I'm super pumped. You know, I could probably replace this a little bit. I'm going to delete this. There's really only a few. I can't undo deleting. So we'll have I large, thin, and small. Those are the three. Those are the three of them. Drop them here. How many more comms after? I'm juggling quite a few right now. I've got three to four main ones and then some small ones. But I'm started to bring in some assistants, so it's been good. I have some work happening in the background, which is cool. What about you? What have you been up to? All right. Nothing. Hoping work slows down. Well, I hope for your sake as well that it does. Be nice to get some relaxing in. My relaxing is more work. That I relate to. When I take breaks from my projects, I work on more projects. Been texturing a lot, actually. Oh, very cool. Substance has been a lot of fun lately. Been really enjoying the path tool and some of the latest features. Like geometry mask tool. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Might make a little texture on the tongue. And push the, oh. Ah, it's clipping. That's why it looks a little different. So we need to adjust the mouth cavity. All right, but we got the expressions done. We're gonna adjust the mouth cavity and then give the tongue a little bit more texture. And we're done. We are done. UV, your grass. Oh. Do this. That should be everything. What happened there? Okay. Better not have done that on a shape key. Okay, good. That would have been a nightmare. We're going to hit it with a little bit of shared some recent projects for texturing. Okay, yeah. Let's take a look. Go ahead and get this out. Then... Oh, heck yeah. Very cute. Are you doing a... I'm assuming that's a base avatar. You ever considered putting the texture up on Gumroad? There we go. That's what the mouth should look like. Much better. Then we just need the tongue texture updated. Just gonna give it a slight bumpiness, so it looks like a tongue instead of being so perfectly smooth. Drop that here. We're gonna switch the noise to a aniso, or I guess not aniso, but a noise, specifically a blue noise. We'll do height. Bump that up just a little bit of bumpiness, and a little bit of filter blur. Something like that. We'll make the tongue a little bit darker. Bring the color back and make it add a little bit of color thrown in too. I just like making them for me. Well, good. Yeah, I'm sure people would love. I mean, I really like the colors as well. I think just export. All right. Beautiful. Now that's a set of chompers. The texture. Now we would just like to make sure we're going to go to and then do some of the expressions just to make sure nothing's breaking too badly when we do them at the same time. That looks really good, actually. Nice. Okay, one final thing to add. Can I add one more material? One more material, probably. Yeah. So we'll make a mesh plane. Or do I actually don't want to flip it? What I want to do is rotate it. Because if I flip it, it will just invert the image. And SD assets, we'll take the com sheet. Hmm. Perfect. Okie doke. That is the final one. All right. Now the avatar is ready for the client test. I'm going to go ahead, clean up our scene a little bit. Hello, Arisa. Welcome. Sam Ross, I see. Exactly. Exactly. Might as well get rid of the sky. My material's locked in. Let's make sure the materials are locked. Do I like cooking? Yeah, I think I like it. You know, the craft of it. I wouldn't say that I'm good at it. But I'm starting to do it a lot more because it definitely saves me money. Wouldn't say I'm good at either, but I really like it. I just came across seems like a good recipe for making fried chicken. I'm pretty excited about that because I do love fried chicken. Excellent way of saving money, eating healthy, especially if you have an air fryer. That is the next thing to get, I think. Get one too, but I'm saving money to buy one big. A big air fryer. But if I have a whole big chicken in there, I can cook it. That is good. Yeah, I think that you probably wouldn't need it any bigger than that. Let's hear. Got a whole family. Also, we're done with the avatar. You'd like to go through the features. So the ears do interact with the shoulders and chest. Ooh, the pec movement is way too strong. I'll have to go back and fix that. We've also got toggles for the pants, shirt, and the hoodie. The shirt and hoodie toggle each other, which is nice. And then we've also got some eye emission we can turn on. The horn emission's working. Emission hue we can change. Saturation on the horn. Okay, well, I'm glad I double checked because that'd be annoying to discover later. But that's really fun. I really like how that's coming out. And then we got a breathing, which I might have turned down. Yeah, Garrett's coming out super well. All right, there were a few tweaks I noticed. First, the eye emission's not working. Why is that? Decal emission strength, WG. Oh, decal emission. That is right. It is the decal. And yeah, it's unlocked, so it's not locked. I must have removed it when I did the scale up here. Yep, tell us what results you get with it. I have my own air fryer that can do sous vide stuff as well. Y'all making me hungry. And then for the horn, emission strength, I'd love to be able to turn it up even more. So we'll say 10. Excuse me. What else did I notice? Oh, the pec. His bones are really strong. So let's turn up that immobile quite a bit. Quite a bit. That's just the shirt clipping through. Odd weather today. Usually it's cold and frosty morning, so fall, but today I woke up and it was 70. Judging by how cold you've described where you live gets, that does seem unusually cold. So this little fold on the side, this is just the fabric, but it does look a little over the top sometimes. Maybe bring that in. I'm gonna delete this one then. Much better. Then the pecs should be less. Sorry, get distracted. Let's also pull the horn menu out. So if we go to the toggles, instead of having this be body/horn, it'll just be horn. It's always when you go, hey, I'm done, that you find a little bit more to change. I've never not had that happen. So. It has never not happened. The breathing, again, also feels really extreme. So let's go. It's happening a little too quickly, and it's too strong. So we'll say 60. Young me would be jealous, but we are experimenting similar weather here, except that it's not that cold. Yeah, that looks better. A little steadier, a little calmer. Cool. I told you that my city used to hot and rainy weathers. First time, literally decades, we lived as a potential actual tornado. Oh, very cool. 2 weeks ago, that was that power. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, scary. Tornadoes are kind of cool, but at a distance. Only at a distance, I suppose. All right, that should be good now. Let me look at the menus one more time. We're still getting a shadow coming through on the ear. See, it's got like a little dark shadow there. It shouldn't be happening. So that's that one out. This. I mean, I share your opinion. I'm sort of storm chasing stuff, but honestly, the reason why I state that is because I noticed way too many signs. The final definitive proof that was the fact someone posted social media an actual funnel cloud occurring in my city. When I was young, we had one show up on in the water. Say one. See what that's like. And that was pretty interesting for to see that happening. You know, as much impact we have on the world, like the transition time is the transition out of it, not the transition into it. I guess I could add just a little delay to it, to all of them. What if I just took the animation? Oh no! Oh, well, if you guys can hear me, I just crashed. Or did I? No, I didn't crash. Oh, thank God. My mouse died. I'll be right back. Water tornado. No, it's definitely water tornado. I mean, if you saw a tornado out of fire, you'd call it a fire tornado. Sharknado. Exactly. So let's take the fist and let's just give it like 10 seconds right there. What happens with that? What's up with that? It's still instantaneous. So, okay. Still. No, it is out here. And are gestures in VRChat always instantaneous? I feel like they're not. Hmm. Like a little bit of time would be nice. Oh, actually, yes. Smooth loop. No, not what we want there. Weird thing to watch my next tornadoes where it touches when it lands. Just water, fire tornadoes, just tail have to catch fire. One tornado. Or whirlwinds. These start raising the ground up in the sky. I mean, it's all spinning air at the end of the day. So if I add, okay, let's move it out to 10 and add the idle keyframes here. So we can see that changing now. What does that look like? They're all tornadoes. A dust devil is just a dust tornado. Technically, an air is an air tornado. Okay, that's nice. We do get some time on that one. That looks a lot better. A lot more realistic. Squish. Squish. It does pop out immediately, so we would want to do some transition time. At least point split second. That might be too long. But what I don't like about it is that it squishes down. You know what? It should actually be fine if they all have transition time. Because if I go from neutral to fist, then we should have the movement from one to the other. I think. And say fist. Oh. Okay, let's try it. So for all. The nice part about this is once I find a setting I really like, it will make doing this for every other character instantaneous, because all I have to do is copy the VRC Fury component to the next character. But it might take a little bit of time to iron it out. No, it's still an instant position change. Fuck! Okay. So transition time makes no difference. Well, let me do that quick. That's me sliding the values. Is that actually how it works in VRChat? Like if I'm moving my hand around, is it? So we have the weight. If I click it though, that's still instant. Okay. All right. These ones should have exclusive tags though. Here, the point, copy. Victory. That way they won't interfere with each other. You'll still be able to add up other expressions, but all right, that should be good. Save. And let's re-export one more time. All right. Exported. Time to upload. Bye. All right, I'm gonna go to the restroom and then we'll probably round out the morning session. I just have to send some messages and texts and stuff. So go to the restroom. Be right back. I'm back. Ty Pro X, thank you. Thank you so much. You are super, super kind. Very pleased with our progress here on Double G. Super close to death. I think we are done, actually. I'm just going to show it off really quick. Then I'll probably go on lunch a little bit early, because I can. Got the booty moving. Important stuff. Booty might move a little too much. And one of the thighs is out. Always more things to notice, but I'm glad I'm double checking everything. Was the tail moving too? I think it was. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Caked up. All right, now I have to export it one more time because I'm a masochist for exporting. I just want to export this Unity package forever. That's all I want to do, apparently. All right. One more time uploading. Oh, yeah. It is time for me to go on lunch. I'm going to go a little bit early today. Got a few messages to send and stuff that's not as visual. So we'll call it here. I'm going to go run and eat, and I'll be back soon for round 2 of today. We're going to be wrapping up work on a few other avatars. We'll probably jump between 2 or 3. But anyway, thank you all for hanging out. Hope you're all having an amazing Tuesday so far. See you in just a little bit. Thank you, Arctic, and everyone else that's lurking out there. Catch you soon. Bye.